The response from management picks only 6 issues. Let's go back a bit. The amount in question is 232 million, right? That's the amount in question. 358,841. That's the amount in question in regards to the voided transactions. Now, 604 transactions voided, amounting to 232 million. Now, the response from management picks only 6 issues, and out of those 6 issues, you have justified transactions for 232 million 80,067 and 70 cents. Yani, out of 6 transactions, you have almost completely responded to all the transactions that have been voided. And so I'm wondering, of the other 590 voided transactions, what were they? What was the cost of that transaction?
Chair, let me take through the Senator Wambua. If you check on Annexure 1, it has every voided. Therefore, we were not to explain for every voided transaction. Those voided, they have been captured in the Annexure 1. All the 604, the voided transactions, they are attached there. Whole page 191, Mr. Chairman. That's where you can find this answer. Therefore, we have answered every part of that question, Mr. Chair, as it were.
Senator Onyonka.
Thank you. Governor, I want to ask you a question, but it's a bit technical. You can ask your finance team to help you. If, when you're doing the entry for procurement, it runs through the system and goes through IFMIS, and the IFMIS system then shows you who has done which work and who has been approved to be paid and how much they'll be paid, isn't it? Mm-hmm. If today I was to ask the Auditor General to get a printout of what has been done on the IFMIS system, particularly with the records which exist within the central bank, because that is how then you end up, you do e-procurement and then you e-pay. And because Governor, you may not know this, I want to ask your senior officers of finance, are they sure that if we run that printout which had been approved by the control of budget for the payments to be done, it will be the same companies that you paid after you voided the payments?
Before you respond, Senator Sifuna, you could go on record.
Thank you, Chair. Governor, good afternoon, everyone. Apologies, I came late. My name is Edwin Sifuna, Senator of Nairobi and a member of this committee.
Okay, Governor, you may proceed.
Chair, I want to agree with Senator Onyonka that there is a tendency where people will do a requisition for certain items and pay other companies. In my administration, for sure, any transaction must be against the procurement entity and the contractors and companies who won the tenders. I've tried, unless anything else happens, which is unavoidable, then when the auditors, they raise it, that's the time I can be able to say, yes, this passed. But for sure, any person who has done work has to be paid. Not the monkey business where you, Onyonka, you have built this house, the Arati is paid for it. It cannot happen.
Senator Onyonka.
And Governor, that means that you have actually no problem if we can have the Auditor General pool and ask for those 2 audits. Who was approved to be paid, and after the voiding of the transactions, we also check with who was paid during that financial. AOG, can you do that?
Yeah, thank you, Chair. When we do the subsequent reviews, we can able to link up in terms of the request and also what is being paid. But I think in terms of the voided transaction, one of the reasons which has been provided is request rejected by control of budgets. So it's a number of, you see, it runs.
Point of order, Chair. Could you move your speakerphone next to you?
No, I'm saying the annex that has been provided has provided a clarification as to why the reasons of the voided transactions has arisen. But you can see from that annex, one of the issues which cuts across is about requests rejected by the controller of budgets. So the question is, what is these reasons that has prompted the controller of budget to reject? And yet the payment has already been raised.
That is the question I wanted to ask, because there are actually 3 reasons that are stated in the entirety of that document.